What is up, my friends, and welcome to only the second ever episode of the most annoying strategy in Starcraft 2. In the first edition, I tried to contain my opponents for as long as possible, basically frustrating them all the way to the end. What I'm going to do today is my personal most annoying strategy ever. This strategy has tortured me many times over the last 15 years, and it's going to be Dark Templar rushes. Dark Templars in any fashion, really. Not just the really fast rushes, but also just you do a push at 10 minutes, and then you send one DT in each base and one to the main arm. If you do it against Terran, they might run out of scans. Zergs might not have their spore crawlers ready. This is going to be a lot of fun for me and hopefully for you guys as well. Let's begin. All right, the first game of the day is against Klom. Not Clem, the world champion, but Klom. Okay, well, judging by his MMR, it's definitely not the real one, so that is good for me. Now, PvP is a matchup where DTs are not as widely used as the other matchups. But I think that's only going to make it better for me, because I'm going to be able to do some truly disgusting tactics. At some point, I did discover a build that was... Like, the problem is I don't remember exactly how the build went, but I remember thinking it was really strong, because it was something like super fast proxy DT. Then Protoss does have some decent answers to DTs, like for example, they always open with sentries, so even if they don't have detection ready, they will be able to force field the ramp, for example, until they do get detection up, right? But what I noticed was that I could just expand, go DTs behind it, and my follow-up were just insanely strong. Like, they would have to evacuate the natural against the DTs, wait for detection to come out, spend all their energy, blah, 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 blah. And then I already had like 6 gate with charge and, you know, Archons from the Dark Shrine on the way. Oh, he could go for a 1 gate expansion, by the way. DTs against 1 gate is not something I've ever tried, I think. Or ever seen in a pro game, at least. I feel like it's something that I probably would have tried by accident at some point. Okay, so he's indeed gonna go for a 1 gate expansion. At least it looks like it. I guess I'll just go for the proxy right away. Like, it doesn't really matter for me what he's going to do, because I'm not going for a specific all-in against a 1 gate expansion. I'm just gonna make DTs anyway. No, that's the doorbell. Don't get scared again, guys. It's not your doorbell. Oh, okay, let's see. Do I really need any units here is what I'm wondering about. Like, I want to expand, right? I need to make 2... Well, I should probably make at least a couple units to scare away his probe. Should I make the Twilight Council here too? I think that's a little much, actually. Yeah, okay, never mind. So what I want here to happen is I want him to scout my base and see the Twilight Council at some point. Okay, that is actually crazy. At some point with like a Phoenix or something, a hallucination Phoenix. Now I guess that pylon is just gonna stay there forever. I probably want to send out another probe. Oh, he made a Zealot even. Yeah, I mean, that's makes sense for a 1 gate expansion. I can't believe he checked there, by the way. That's kind of crazy that he checked all the way there. I like that he's trying to catch this like it's something that you do normally. Let me just escape with this. Dude, I'm so tempted to still, what's it called? To still make the Dark Shrine in that spot. I feel like it would just be very funny if I did that. Why not, guys? Here we go. Let's just do that. Why the freak not? Okay, I'm gonna make the Dark Shrine here. I should probably cancel those adepts. Is that smart? It would have been smart, actually. That's my bad. Let's see what I can find here. Get the Dark Shrine here, because why the heck not? My opponent... Oh, I killed a probe there. I didn't even see that probe, actually. Not gonna lie. That was a little bit of good fortune by me. Okay, I'm gonna start the upgrade now. I started charge because I didn't have money for Blink, by the way. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point he just checks that proxy pylon again. That would be very freaking funny, and then he sees there's a freaking DT shrine there. Here, I'm even gonna chrono boost the charge. Oh, I love mind games. Mind games might be my favorite thing about StarCraft 2, to be honest. It's just so good, man. Chrono boosting charge while going for a DT rush expansion. I do have to be afraid of the Oracle, by the way. Oracles could be a bit problematic. Okay, so that is... he was definitely going to wall that off. So if I finished that shade, I would have gotten Ohm there for sure. I think it's a good time to go for 2 Stalkers over here. Let's see. He's going to wall it off now. He's using a... Is that a Twilight Council? That looked like a kind of big building, didn't it? To me, that did look like a big building. Or, sorry, I wanted to say a non-Stargate building. Okay. He's going to try to catch this. He's going to wall that off again, of course. It's a robo. Okay, he's going to see the Dark Shrine. Okay, what I'm gonna do now, guys, is I'm just going to finish my charge, right? I don't have to cancel that. And just kind of mind game him forever. I could also go for DT Blink, by the way. That's another option here. But I think I'm just gonna go for the Archons with charge. I feel like that would be a good choice. There we go. I'm obviously not gonna finish that. Now he sees I have 1,000,000 probes already. I'm gonna make even more gay. This guy is hella confused. I can guarantee you guys that this guy is ultra confused. I do, once again, guys, I like this scenario here. Like, this really doesn't feel so bad to me. I know he has a couple more units at home. I might finish this anyway. I think I'm just gonna go for it. Why not? There we go. Just the depths anyway. Boom. Oh. Maybe I can even get in there. Oh, good warp in. Oh, he failed. Oh no, it's a disaster. It's a disaster for Klomp. Ooh, that was painful. He was doing so well up until that point. Okay, I think I'm just gonna warp a couple DTs over here. Should I go for the DT Blink in the end? Probably not. If I was him, I would kill that Dark Shrine at some point, right? I don't know exactly when. He might be going there literally right now as we speak. I guess we'll have to see. Oh, I do have another strategy over here, which is to go for the double Adept Warpin at the front, or in this hidden pylon that he didn't see. Let's see, I'm going to go for that action. And I'm going to warp a couple Zealots here. I do want to make use of that Dark Shrine again if I can. Okay, let's see. So he's going to see this army. I'll probably go for a third base. Since he's not attacking either me or the Dark Shrine, I think I'm going to go for the DT Blink. Okay, so he's still just chilling over here. That's unfortunate. There we go. Let's start that up. Actually, DT Blink's pretty good on this map too, I think, which is kind of funny. Let's see if I can just bait a little bit of a fight here. He can't force field me because I have 2 Archons. He's obviously scared. Yeah, let's see if I can maybe get past that. That would be nice. I'm going to make a Forge as well. And he is indeed not ready for this. Oh my goodness. The strategies, guys. The mind games. The flexibility. The mental power. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. I'm going to kill like 7 pros with these. 6 maybe? No, it's 7. There we go. Maybe 8 if he's not... Ooh, that was close. Okay, I'm just going to warp in another round of Zealots, I think. I mean, this is pretty much what I was... Okay, I was thinking that I would warp in DTs earlier. But this is very close to the strategy that I was thinking of, right? Because it's pretty much what I described. Like, the mind games, they get scared of the DTs, and then they, you know... This guy went for a Robo already. They could have gone for a Robo reactively. Blah, 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 blah. And then because I'm just playing economically with minimal DT warpins, or in this case no DT warpins, we find ourselves being ahead. And that is really just what's happening here. Like, my third base just finished. This poor guy is freaking stuck on 2 bases. Actually, I do need to... These rocks are pretty much dead already. Put a Zealot over here on the third base, because he could have taken that. Now he sees that my base is freaking finished. He's not going to be happy with that, that is for sure. Okay, DT Blink is finished. He doesn't have this base right now. How do I want to use the DT Blink? I guess probably to just blink away from the Observer. That sounds like the right idea to me. I'm gonna get a cannon there as well. I like how much I feel in my element. Like this guy is pretty much the MMR of my like try-hard Protoss, right? But now I'm playing like an absolute baboon. It feels like it's going so much better than it normally would. Like, normally this would be a big struggle. Okay, my army is just crazy good against the Stalkers, though. Like, it's gonna have a hard time kiting this. Let's see. Can I... Okay, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done. No, okay. I don't know why I tried that. I wanted to surround that freaking Immortal. Okay. I mean, that's funny. And then blink back after I got it. The reason I went back instantly is because I saw the Prism, by the way. I knew that the Prism would be... it would save that Immortal anyway because of the pickup range, right? Maybe I should make even more gates. I'm going to make an Immortal because he looked like he was going to get ready to attack me. I'm going to go in here again. This guy still has not taken a base, which is really quite surprising to me. Is he still here? There's no way he's still here, right? No, exactly. He has to be moving out by now. Yeah, he's going to go for the Glaive Adept option. That makes a lot of sense to me. I'm just going to keep running here. If he wants to finish that Shade, he's allowed to. He's not going to finish that Shade, exactly. And this is pretty much just a big all-in, so it's going to be pretty hard to go up against. Got 1 Immortal now, which is very nice. I don't really care about the Shades too much, to be honest. I'm just going to go in here now. He can't really use Force Field because of the Archons once again. Just going to make sure to target the sentries over there. Archons are so good against this, by the way. Like, really, really, really good. And the DT Shrine, by the way, really coming into action kind of like indirectly, right? because they have allowed me to make these Archons, which are the counter to the attack he's doing. Oh, I thought I made another set of gateways, actually. It's my bad. I'm gonna go for another Archon here. He might be finishing that shade, actually. I'm just gonna fight, just in case. I have a cannon here, but that cannon is super nice, by the way. Like, really, really, really nice cannon. Okay, so the way I want to fight this... Oh, he just blinked forward, and I'm gonna go for it. Is to just have cannon fodder for my Archons, pretty much. There we go. Like, Zealots are also pretty good against the Adepts in this scenario. And GG has to be called. Okay, I mean, this is perfect. First of all, Proxy Dark Shrine did no damage, no direct damage anyway. Then my opponent went for... I forgot I built this, I'm not gonna lie. He did a 2-base all-in. I was gonna say against a 3-base Protoss, but I was actually a 4-base Protoss, and we still held it. I don't know what it is about this build. Maybe it's just this range of MMR, like the best Protoss players possible that are not quite pro, I guess is what this MMR really is, around 6k. But this build just freaking works. The DT mind games, the counterattack was insane, by the way. 15 kills on this DT, and this natural was entirely doomed. I'm not gonna lie, I thought both my DTs were cleaned up. In the end, there was just one, so I even could have gone into the main. So the DT got value, the mind game got value, and the Archons from the DTs got value. A fantastic warm-up game. Let's keep it going. Okay, game number 2 is against a Terran player. Now, that's what we'd like to see. Now, how are we gonna do this against a Terran? I could go for the classic DT drop, which I have no idea how to do that build, by the way. I'm not quite sure if that works in today's meta. I feel like I haven't seen a whole lot of DT drops against Terran. I would imagine that, just thinking about the timings, Terrans play hyper aggressive now against Protoss. A lot of times they'll go for double gas, make a bunch of Reaper Hellions and go. If you play DT drop, the timing is pretty tight, so you want to play a little greedy. I think, for example, something you would like to do is skip a 3rd gateway unit entirely. And then you're going to lose a lot of probes, plus the Reaper Hellions are going to get into your base, and that sounds unpleasant. I think I'm going to try something else here, because why the heck not? I'm going to just proxy a gateway. I'm not sure if I'm going to proxy the shrine as well, because I'm going to want to make DT Blink at some point. Like last game, I already liked the DT Blink. First, I wasn't sure, then I liked it against Terran. I think I will always like it, so... I want to get DT Blink at some point. If I proxy the gateway, they are going to search for it after the DTs are done wrecking havoc, at least. And then they will kill the Dark Shrine as well, and I don't really want that. So I might build the Dark Shrine at home. Guess we'll see. Now, I think at some point they buffed Stalker build speed, so I think what you can do is make the Nexus before the Cybercore and still not get owned by a Reaper. I'm pretty sure that's how it works now. Might be wrong on that timing, but I think I'm correct. The Stalker builds like 3 seconds faster from a gateway, not from a warp gateway, but from a gateway. I guess that was done to help with certain cheeses or something. I'm not actually 100% sure. But that's going to help me out here, so I'm not going to complain about it. Now, I could block the CC, but I don't want to risk being a brick and losing my worker, because then I can't, you know, proxy a gateway later, so I'm going to skip that for now. I'm going to hide my probe really far. I know how Terrans think, right? How Terrans think is you show up with a probe, what they're going to do is they're going to try to find your probe. Not always, but sometimes they will. They would check here. I don't think he will check that far. If he does, well, that sucks for us, but it is what it is. But he's probably not going to search here. And then after the probe is long gone, I'll be able to build the gateway there. That's the plan. I can't... Oh, that doesn't fit. Oh, that's my bad. Well, that's not a big delay anyway, but it's okay. I kind of need another pylon to make the... Unless I could also proxy it all the way over here. I don't really want to make that extra pylon, to be honest. Man, this build is giving me a lot of questions already. Too many questions to answer, really. I think I'm just going to proxy it in the corner in the end. Let's see, that's almost going to finish. I don't have that much gas yet, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm actually going to proxy it right here, because it's close enough. And it's upper ramp anyway. Who the heck is going to see that? I feel like I often have that kind... Like, the last game I had the same moment, right? Where I'm like, who on earth is going to see that anyway? And then he literally scouted it, like, instantly with his probe or something like that. So it's, yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't realize you could jump up all the way over there. The lines show it, but it just looked a little crazy. I think I only need 2 gates for this. I do want to make another Stalker. Let's see. I don't want this Reaper to get in, because he will see that the Twilight Council is not building an upgrade. I'm going to go for a second thingy over here. I'm not going to show that probe at all. I'm just going to keep it there. I could also go for charge here, by the way. I know that sounds a little crazy, but charge is going to be good against follow-up tank pushes. That's why I like it. Actually, I'm going to make a battery because he might go for a cyclone. It's not that uncommon these days. Okay, so he sees this. Do I have time for another unit? I probably would have, but that's okay. I am going to go for charge. We're gonna do that. I guess the thing I have to be most afraid of now is very simply like a Widowmine drop or something, or Hellion drop. Because I'm just not going to be in position. Okay, so I see he's probably going to try and snipe the probe if I had to guess. I do really like this tactic in general, by the way. You guys might have seen me do that before against Zerg. The fast expansion together with DTs, because they're tempted to push, and then you're already going to have the DTs. Oh, pretty much perfect timing in that gateway, by the way. That is delicious. Also, I didn't proxy the gateway super close, but I can confirm to you guys that this DT rush hits before the DT drop. Right now, it's going to hit like 5 seconds before, because I built it so far away. But otherwise, it would have hit super fast. Oh, he has no energy on this. Oh, no. Oh, this is just painful. Does he have... Oh, no, he's dead. This is why he's so freaking annoying. I'm telling you guys. Now, he's gonna go for Banshees. So I need to make sure... I did already build the Robo. Yeah, I just need to make sure to have my units in position against that. Yeah, DTs are just... It's... like, there's no word. Oh, he did... Oh, okay. He's semi-alive. Wait, I can actually stop this. Oh, no. No! That hurts my soul! Poor Terran player, what have I done? Why is that DT alive? He scanned despite having a Raven because he wanted to get rid of that DT faster. And then I say I should have let that die. I'm such a cruel person. Anyway, let's make DT blink. And I mean, this guy, I don't think I killed like an obscene amount of workers, but I just know that the delay on his build from something like this is just, it's crazy. Now, he could be moving across the map, and in that case, I wouldn't really have units, to be honest. So I do need to be a little more sensible. Is he? Whoop. Okay. Wait, there's 5 Marines and a Raven. I can't believe that Reaper... Wait, can I one-tap it? Oh! No. That would have been nice. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna go for a little run-by already. I do want some extra gases so I can warp more DTs in. Gonna be a nice little run-by. Send that over here. Probably DTs in the main would be nice. Yeah, the biggest worry that I have... Well, I'm not really worried because I'm just monster vibing, to be honest. But a big push right now could kill me just because I'm being ultra greedy. Yeah, let's see. War Prism. He's not gonna expect the Prism, I think. Maybe I can... See. Okay, it's gonna be nice. I'll just... wait. Ooh, I have a sick tactic. This is gonna be nice. Wait, did he make... He made 2 Ravens, didn't he? We didn't see this one, though. Oh, that's pain. 5, 6, 7? Yes. Oh, delicious, guys. This is so funny because... Is that a Cyclone? It is... Oh, well done by him. I thought he had really good planning to send the Cyclone around, but I was even more impressed when I realized he used the medevac for that. Let me kill that Reaper. There you go. And I'm gonna warp in 2 more DTs over here. Yeah, I was about to say, this is the kind of game that has the biggest gap in enjoyment between the 2 parties, I think. Because I know what it's like to be him. Like, this just feels like torture, and I'm having the best time of my life at the same time, you know? It's not entirely fair there. Now, I got my DTs back in here. Okay, this guy's going for an SCV pull, so I have to be a little sensible. Actually, we force a stim. Wait, I can blink the safety. Let's see. Okay, we forced a stim. That's how you want to do this, by the way. You just make them stim a couple times and then you kill them after that. That's pretty much how it goes. I actually killed the turret. Okay, let's see. Can we get another stim? There we go. That is stim number 2. Probably make a DT over here. Actually, that's not the smartest thing ever because he does have the Raven. Let's see. Oh, could have microed that a little better. He stimmed again. So we're going to back off one more time. I think I might even... yeah, I'm just going to give up this base to be sure. I mean, I think we're already out of the woods, to be honest. But maybe... Actually, I do like the idea of going for a recall there, I'll be honest. To the 4th Nexus, that is. Let's see, I don't want him to what's it called? Anti-armor missile everything. This DT is still going ham, by the way, which is pretty funny. Gonna wait. And then I think we're gonna go in now. He's stimmed again. Right now, he really does not have HP left on those things. Drop the auto turrets as well. Very nice for me. Try to make sure that those don't die. I can always just do the recall to the 4th Nexus here and we're safe. So for now, I'm really just hard chilling. I think it might be a good time for me to go for the flank. Let's see, he's gonna go up the ramp one more time. Gonna warp in a couple DTs. You can tell he's starting to be a bit more cautious here. Okay, and now I think our time to go. I'm actually gonna go for the blink on top of the Marines. There we go. I got so many freaking zealots over here. Hopefully this prism survives. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, but I don't think he realizes that I have the 4th Nexus as well. I don't want that prism to die. Let's force the stim again. Exactly. Immortal's also super strong here, by the way. Oh, I went in a little too early because he was still stimmed. That's a little bit of a mistake by me. I think it's time to add a couple more gateways. And I think after this next fight, we should be able to close the game out here. If he yeah, I was going to say, if he stays in beyond this, I would be very, very surprised. And there we go. So pretty much, you know, the entire game, I feel like I was accurate on the commentary. The DTs got me ahead, and then I was very knowingly, voluntarily being too greedy because I was just having a fantastic time, right? So it ended up being, well, I wouldn't say sketch. I knew I was going to win anyway, but just a fair warning to you guys. If you take the wrong fight, you take it too early before forcing the stims, you could have technically lost there. So maybe you could have been a little smarter if you want to copy this. Get a couple Archons already, maybe a couple sentries instead of going for a 4th base. And I think I made 3 war prisms or something ridiculous. So you could have done it a bit more sensible. But I did it in the way that gave me the most enjoyment and my opponent the least enjoyment, I'm pretty sure. Let's go for the final game. All right, game number 3 is against another Protoss player. Now, obviously, you guys know me. I'm going to be doing a different strategy from game number 1. I'm not quite sure which one, though. At some point, I did have another strategy that I took from Skillis, one of Europe's best Protoss players, where he would make a Robo and a DT Shrine. And it was just kind of somehow always good, because just the threat of it existing for such a reaction that you were never actually behind. Like, it was a pretty crazy build. I don't actually remember how it worked exactly, but it was pretty cool to see. You know, it kind of feels like one of those moments where you solve the meta, and that is pretty awesome. Now, I did it at some point. I think I actually beat Petit Drogo with that in my last DreamHack season. Or, well, this was already post-retirement, but I felt like playing for fun with random. And that worked for me. Even though it wasn't working in practice, so I don't know, maybe I just got lucky, but guess we'll see. Anyway, that's one strategy. I'm not quite sure if it's crazy enough for me, though. Is there another way that you can DT rush without proxying it, is what I wonder. Actually, I do have another idea, too. So, one build that I have never actually tried, but I did think was pretty cool, is you can just go for Blink. Right? Blink versus Blink. Very standard PvP game. That's pretty much every single game, actually. And then at some point, you just make a DT Shrine. And yeah, if your opponent plays the standard build and doesn't read it well, they're not going to have detection yet, and then they might just die. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to proxy it, but late. Okay, so I'm not going to proxy it right away. Hey, guys, this map also has a gold base. I do like gold bases. Do I like them in PvP? Probably not. But I guess if I'm going to proxy a Dark Shrine, I might as well build it here and then take the gold base later. Like, the thing is, if you play Blinkstalker against Blinkstalker, it doesn't really sound like the best idea ever to take a gold base, because Blinkstalkers are fast. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to just sell this as a completely normal build. So I'm going to go Sentry Stalker. Then I'll make the Nexus. Go Blink. And then at some point, I don't know when I'm going to have enough gas. I think I'll probably skip 2 units or so. Let's see, 2 units is 100. Yeah, that should be okay. I'll skip 2 units or so. Maybe I'll just skip one of the sentries, honestly. And then, he's probably going to pylon block me because he sees a sentry. Oh, he tried, but he failed. Okay, that's kind of painful for him. I could make the Twilight count. Actually, no, I can just make the Nexus in time, I think. Okay, there we go. Was that it? Did he just not cancel that? Or am I crazy? I think he might have not cancelled that, actually, which would be pretty painful. Okay, so I'm going to make the Twilight Council already. I think I want to make a battery at the front. In case this is like... Let's say he's just going to send Stalkers across or something like this. Yeah, I'm just going to make a battery now. Probe has to be in the wall, of course. Let's see what we can find here. Twilight Council, slightly later than mine. Do I proxy... Oh. Do I proxy the pylon already? I don't think so. He could go for that probe if he wants to. Not gonna do it. Let's see. Yeah, nothing suspicious here at all. It's just, yeah, some adept aggression, I guess. Maybe I should try to find him. He could go for the workers whenever he wants to. Doesn't seem like it's in his interest right now. I'm gonna start Blink because he's very, very likely to scout me with a Phoenix. I guess his next couple of units are probably going to be 2 sentries, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen the adepts, which kind of surprises me a little bit. Gonna make the Dark Shrine here now. Oh, do not do that. I could tell that that probe was about to freaking block it, and that would have been disgusting if that happened. Let's see. Keep one over here. Make another Stalker. It's going for a Forge. Okay. That is not for cannons, by the way, just so you guys know. That is an upgrade Forge. Okay. Is he going to want to finish that? Probably not. Oh, he's going to try and finish it. Okay. Here, I'll just try to target one of them down quickly. Oh, I could... Oh, that was not what I wanted to click. Lost a couple too many workers there, actually, guys. Not fantastic by me, I'll be honest. Not fantastic, but that's okay. For a second, I was worried that that was actually going to be stuck. Okay, so now he sees that I'm chrono boosting my Twilight. Nothing crazy at all going on here, right? There we go. But the DT Shrine is not that far away. Now, the question is... Yeah, whatever, guys. You guys know what I was about to say. The question is, do I actually build this Nexus? You guys know me. You guys know me for long enough. Of course, I'm gonna build the freaking Nexus there. I think my DTs are going to be slightly late. Should I warp them in here or here? I don't even know. Guess I might as well warp them in here. Not because it's necessarily way faster, but just because they're gonna come from a more favorable angle. Okay, I think at this point he might start getting suspicious. Let's see, DT Blink or Blink. Or Charge, I mean. I think what I'm gonna do is go for... What's it called? I'm gonna go for 4-gate Blink before the Forge. Actually, I should probably make more. He's not gonna expect the gold base for a while, I want to say. So, let's see. Okay. I'm just gonna walk this into the main. Let's see, he might be sending his units across. Okay, so he knows about the DTs, of course. He's already making an observer. He wasn't running away because he thought he could... he would get the observer in time, I think. Okay. Oh. Can we get one more? Probably. There we go. Okay, now he's going to follow this one, and then this DT is going to go back in. Okay, he was paying attention. Well done by him. One more. There we go. Now I'm going to get a couple workers over here. Okay, and then we're going to go for the recall. Yeah, I mean, let's freaking see how this goes, guys. I don't freaking know. Okay, I have no idea how this is going to go. I do have a lot of gateways over here. I do not want to bait him there, that is for sure. So my mineral income is going to surpass him for a little bit, but it's also not super drastic, I think. Well, actually, no, it's definitely going to surpass it by quite a lot, but I just need that money to come in. Right now, he still has a bigger army than me. That's the scariest part out of all of this. Should I go for even... I should go for even more gateways, I think, to be honest. Okay, now he sees I was moving across with a bunch of units. I think I'm going to try to take an actual third base now. That makes sense. The T-Shrine's going to go over here. Make a gateway there. Probably get my own robo, I think. That sounds like the right idea. I mean, the longer this stays up, the better it's going to be. Like, this is going to be just insane for me, right? Okay, I can start rallying over there. DT goes in here. Let's see. How much does he have? Is that a... Okay, that was an observer, I guess. For some reason, my brain was wondering if it was a stasis ward. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna go in here. Wait, I can click this into the main, actually. Okay, I'm gonna do something insane here. I'm just gonna go here for the probe. Yeah, this is such chaos. Look at this. Oh, this is beautiful. DT actually got into the main base. Now, this is a little bit insane. I think it's a good time. Oh, I don't have a recall because I just used it, I guess. Can I maybe get down here? I'm not even sure that works. Oh, it does work. Quite nice. Okay. I mean, I know it looked really dumb, but that actually worked out fantastically because his stuff is just absolutely in the gutter right now. Now, I wish I had another DT. Okay, let me click this back over here. I wonder if this guy thinks I have a crap economy. It's very possible, to be honest. Okay, let's see. My economy is freaking insane right now. I need more gateways for sure. My economy is actually insane. I don't have a forge yet, though. Get a forge out here, too. I'm just going to click these here for pure distraction more than anything else. So let's kill that. He's making a cannon, maybe because he wants to move out. Oh, he's still at home. That's beautiful for me. Or at least... No, he isn't. He's still at home. Good amount of kills there, by the way. Holy. Okay, let's make sure to chrono boost out that charge, of course. Get that forge hotkey. And I chrono boost this even more. I mean, this base is completely saturated. I'm gonna go for a 5th God, I'm so stupid, actually. Why am I going for a 5th Nexus? No one knows. I also don't. If you guys are wondering, why am I doing that? I do not have an answer for you guys. It's just, I have too much fun when I play like this. I really do. Yeah, I think I need to make an observer here. That would be nice. I'm gonna get a cannon out front. And I'm gonna cannon over here as well. I think that makes sense. Okay, so he is here now. Okay, so now he knows I have the gold base. Can we please finish that up? That would be fantastic. Okay, he's gonna try and focus fire the pylon. Actually, he doesn't. You should have focused down the pylon. He is crazy. Oh, that is a really good force field, though. Can't lie. But now I got my stalkers coming in from the back. I had so many zealot. Oh my god, it is beautiful, guys. Gonna kill that prism. I think I am gonna kill it. No, GG is called. Dark Templars, guys, I'm telling you. The most annoying strategy in StarCraft 2, for me personally, I mean, feel free to vote or suggest a challenge for the next video that I'm going to do the next episode of this series. But for me, the T-Rush will always be the most annoying strategy. And this game is such a good example of why. In fact, the last 2 games were really good examples. So in the last game, DTs got in, effectively won the game immediately just because the guy didn't have a scan. And then you have a game like this, where my opponent, he was quite ready, right? Like, he had the 3rd Nexus before me, he had more tech, he was ready for the DTs over here, and then somehow, just because of the chaos DTs provide, he wasn't able to scout consistently, couldn't read the game, and I still ended up winning massively, even though he saw it coming. And if you look right here, my mineral income is 500 above because I was able to take this gold base. I think I had way more gateways. Yeah, 6 against 4 gateways, and I had more minerals, so I could also make more gateways. But yeah, this was brutal. Delicious episode for me. Absolutely torture for the opponents, but that's going to be it for today. Let me know if you guys agree with this being the most annoying strategy in StarCraft 2. If you guys had a fantastic time, make sure to give a video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.